The time I messed up by hiding in my girlfriend's room when her strict Asian parents suddenly came home. Longtime Reddit reader, first time making an account because I'm currently stuck in my girlfriend's room while she and her family are having dinner downstairs. I haven't eaten since morning nor showered, and I need to take a crap. Backstory to this morning: since the lockdown for the virus happened, I haven't seen my girlfriend for over a month plus. Our government recently relaxed the quarantine, so we are allowed to go out but not loiter. Woke up to my girlfriend's call around 11 a.m. saying that her parents went out to get something. I thought, okay, I'll come over, return her a camera I borrowed, and maybe we can sit in my car around her neighborhood and hang out a while. It was a little rushed as her parents just left her house as I left mine. I'm about 20 minutes away from her place. She assured me her parents will be out for at least 1.5 hours as they need to get lunch. I drove as fast as I could and picked her up from the front of the house, and we drove to a park nearby to hang out. After a couple of minutes, I asked if she brought some water as I asked her about it before I came, and she said no. She said, "Why don't you come in and take some water since her parents will still be far away?" I said yes, obviously, and went in, drank water, and we sat on the couch for a while to cuddle. I was a little paranoid, but I haven't seen her in a long time, so I needed it. About 10 minutes later, we hear a car outside her house, and that's how I messed up. It was her parents. They were only out for 40 minutes. We panicked. Luckily I parked away from her house and took my slippers in. I contemplated just owning up and lying that I needed to use the toilet, but her mom is really difficult. She would assume my girlfriend was lying and get her trouble, and I haven't even met her parents officially as her boyfriend yet. If you are from an Asian family or have heard of Asian parents being strict about relationships, it's true. We both ran up to her room, and I hid behind her door. Mind you, her room is really small. It's about the size of 2 single beds. Can't hide under the bed as she has to keep her door open, and you can see straight under her bed from the stairs. The only place possible is behind her door. I stood there frozen AF as she went down to greet her parents. I could hear them coming in as I hugged the wall as tightly as I could. She came back up freaking out, but I said it's okay. Let's just try to formulate a plan. She said okay, and she went down to eat with them first. Which I had to stay as silent as possible with no fan or air conditioning, so I sweated my butt off. 1 p.m.-ish, she comes back up, and we try to listen whether her parents are coming up or not. They usually sit downstairs after lunch and nap, which they did. Gave me a little bit of relief as I could sit down on the floor. The space in between the door and her table is super tiny, which is uncomfortable, but I'm not complaining. 2 p.m., her dad comes up to shower, and her door is right next to the bath area. Duck, I can hear the water rushing. But good news, my girlfriend is in the room doing her work, so she can look out. It's weird as I'm just standing up behind the door and looking at her look back at me. After his shower, her dad leaves to go to his store, which leaves her mom downstairs. She gets on a long phone call, which gives me a bit of room to relax. My girlfriend and I make out a bit to calm our nerves, and I gotta say it did help. For the next 3 hours, her mom stays downstairs, and we try to formulate a plan, but everything involves the timing of her parents, which is impossible. Can't jump out the window cause it's grilled, and she doesn't have the key. 5:30 p.m.-ish, her dad comes home and almost comes into her room. He asks her to print something, and she quickly walks to her door to stop him from coming in. I hear his voice right outside the door. Thankfully, he walks away and goes down to watch TV. And I swear to God the universe wants us to suffer because right after that, her mom comes upstairs and hangs about the common area. My girlfriend had recorded a Zoom meeting, so she tells her mom she has a meeting and plays it, closing the door, giving my legs much needed rest, and I sit. 7 p.m., her mom calls her from downstairs that it's time to eat. And that's where we are at now. It's currently 9 p.m. at this sentence, and I can hear her family talking to each other. She has to turn off the lights, fan, and air conditioning, so I'm freaking drenched in my sweat in the dark. I'm sitting down, but I've got pins and needles in my feet now. I would stand up, but because the area is so tight, I don't want to risk any noise. Oh, remember how I haven't eaten and need to crap? That's attacking now. My stomach is growling, and I'm making fart noises. I'm so scared to be caught cause my parents are gonna slaughter me too. My girlfriend and I will discuss our plans for me to escape when she comes up.